What's happening, fellas? Hey, my media guy just printed this off today, and much to my dismay, 83% of the people watching the channel are not subscribed, only 16.7. And we also got over a dozen emails from subscribers saying they were magically unsubscribed from the channel. So we're not sure how that's happening, but do me a favor, just check and see if you are subscribed. It's a button right down there. Just hit the subscribe button. It's very easy to do. You don't have to fill anything out. Just hit the button. Maybe you hit it inadvertently with your finger and unsubscribe, but it helps us grow the channel. I promise to you, you guys subscribe. I'll keep giving you the best free content on classic motorcycles I can possibly come up with. I've spent the last 15 years of my life doing this 364 and a half days a year. And that's all I ask. It's free and it would help us grow the channel. So we got a deal. You guys subscribe and I'll keep pumping out the great content for you. Thanks for watching. God bless America. Guys, I don't know if I should be extremely proud or really embarrassed to say that we invested 57 and a half hours of shop labor doing a frame off restoration on this thing. And I guess I can only describe it as a labor of love because there's no way we're going to get back the over $9,000 work order to turn this into what it is now, which is like basically a brand new 40-year-old Honda Hobbit. 100+ miles per gallon, and if you run out of gas, you can pedal it. So it's like free transportation. It's rated for 30 miles an hour. I only got it up to like 26. I guess maybe at 220, I might be over the weight limit. But it hauled my big butt up and down the hill here, no problem. And we have 3 of these in stock. 2 of them my staff use with a big basket on the back because it's literally a half-mile trip from this campus at the New England Motorcycle Museum is huge. It's 11 acres, so it's a half a mile to go from the detail shop to the showroom here in the service department. They're going back and forth all day. So we bought 2 and did cosmetic restorations. We don't do mechanical restorations, and we've been using them for like a year. They're pretty much bulletproof. So this third one, we decided we'd restore one for resale. And if I knew we were going to put 57 and a half hours of shop labor plus my time, I probably would have just given it away, you know, or something like that. But we did. And I got to show you the paperwork on it because it's ridiculous amount of documentation we have on it. The engine came out of the frame. Every nut and bolt on the bike was cleaned and polished. There's roughly 10 hours into restoring the engine and the hubs. They were soda blasted, dry soda blasted, so they look absolutely brand new. The chrome was beautifully restored, and it really came out like a brand new moped. All the original cycle parts on the bike are in excellent shape. The original saddle, it's only got 592 miles on it. It's another reason why we want to restore it. It's original paint. We did repaint the front fender and the fork lowers and touch up some of the other paint, but those are the original decals on this thing. All of the decals on this, the Honda Hobbit decals, the warning sticker by the and the caution sticker on the back and the tire sticker here, these are all original stickers. You can see it has brand new tires and tubes. It's a Honda V-Matic. The entire drivetrain was completely dismantled down to the last nut and bolt and carefully reassembled by not an entry-level tech, not a part-time guy, look at these stickers here, but by a world-class tech. If you know anything about mechanics in New England, Mark Olson's been one of the most respected mechanics. He's worked for us for years, and he's a true professional. He does CBX 6-cylinder frame-up restorations. So I might have not have allocated his time in the best way doing this, but for some reason we thought it was a really good idea to do it, and it's done. So we have Lars, the actual Lars Lindstrom, the Honda HRC factory racing team manager, is coming here Friday to check the place out. And if we weren't restoring cool classic CR500s and CR125s, or see that 1973 XR75, that one has a 20, I don't even want to say how, it was 137 hours. We ended up with a $20,000 work order on that one. We'll be lucky to get half. We'll probably sell for 10 or 12. That Cub's got an $8,000 work order. The little Z50 was only a few grand. This Harley was another frame off. So this is what we do. We do frame off museum quality restorations of classics, and there's always somebody out there who wants a piece of. It's like a piece of modern art, or it's a iconic moment in time. It's a time capsule. So let me just show you the work order, because it's pretty cool. What we have here is a very incredibly detailed work order, including the original Honda Hobbit brochure here, photocopy of it, which is anyways, and it has some pretty cool info on the moped. A moped's just a moped unless it's a Honda. Then we have the wiring schematic here, and we have some general info. It's a 78 PA50-II Honda Hobbit. This is the 30-mile-per-hour version, the yellow one, although, like I said, I only got it up to 26. It has 589 miles on it, manufactured April of 78, which is 50 years ago, 49 anyways. Manufactured in Belgium by Honda Benelux NV, and the Hobbit Camino was produced from 76 to 91 and sold in the U.S. dealers here from 78 to 93. The red one was a 20-mile-per-hour. The yellow one was a 30-mile-per-hour. The decal on the steering head on this bike says PA51. Mark says this was a mistake. The yellow color frame and the carb size and the jetting and the reed block confirmed it to be a PA52, 30-mile-per-hour. Two-stroke engine, premix 25-1, 49 cc's, no registration, no insurance, no taxes, no hassles, just nothing but big smiles. Free transportation. The fuel tank, the shocks, the floorboards, and the front cover are off-white. The frame fenders, forks, and the headlamp are yellow. The left and right covers are gray. It does not use the battery. You pedal it to start it. And some other specs. He's got all the specs on here, including how to turn the fuel petcock on and what the carburetor specs and jets and everything are. Then we get into this. Check this out. You gotta come see this. This is 3 pages of exactly what was done to it. And I'm not going to get into all that here, but whoever buys this bike, it's a perfect 140 PSI compression. The engine was removed from the frame and completely restored, cosmetically and mechanically. Everything was gone through the fuel system, the fuel tank, the carburetor, the transmission, the belts. Everything was gone through on this bike. Every bearing and every component on this bike has been serviced. There's 3 pages. Look at this. This is 3 pages of the work order that Mark did, and then the parts, which is another full pages. So 4 full pages, and these are all the receipts from everywhere where he ordered all the stuff from on eBay and from all over the place. Here, there's pages and pages of parts. Here's a whole parts list here, mostly service parts, bulbs and tires, brand new tires and tubes and new chain and everything. Whoever buys this bike will get this full documentation package listing everything that was done here. It's somewhere in the area 20 pages, I think. And I won't bore you with the details, but back to the bike. It looks like new. It runs like new. It's got brand new tires. The chrome is beautiful on the rims. It has all the original warning decals on it. It has the original paint. We did repaint the front fender. We did repaint the fork lowers, touch up some other areas of the paint, but every decal on this bike, the warning decals, the Hobbit decals on the side, the decals by the pedal, everything is original on the bike. Check it out. Hey, come on up here. Okay, you guys thought I was kidding you, right? So, come here, Cam. So Cameron's got the Honda Express 50cc version of this one. It's another 49cc. How often do you use this thing?
Every day.
Every day.
Couple times a day.
And see what he's doing? So if you like going to swap meets, or you like going to motorcycle events, or you live by the beach, or if you want basically free transportation with that 120 miles a gallon, we have 2 of these. I think they modded ours a little bit. They did a few things with the exhaust and the jetting, and I think they go well north of 30 now. But so this is what color is Devin's?
Red.
He's got the red one.
Yep.
Yeah, and his is all hopped up too. So, but great little bikes to get around, and they're fun to ride. And
Best part of my day at work, riding this bad boy.
you hear that? Best part of his day at work.
Yeah, fast smoky burnout. That's all she does, bro.
All day long, every day. We've got 12 techs at each shop, and they share 2 of them, and they ride them back and forth, and they're bulletproof. So that's enough out of me. You get the idea. We totally, completely went overboard on this bike, and had one of the best technicians in New England, Mark Olson himself, do this. And these are his detailed notes. They're going to come with the bike. Here it is. Check this out. 30 hours in the detail shop. And the detail shop notes are in here too. There's an actual work order. Or maybe is it in my back pocket right here? This is, I just went down because I lost the original one. Leo spent 30 hours on it, steam cleaned it, degreased it, painted the front fender, painted the frame, detailed the frame, not the whole thing, painted the front forks, touched it up, repainted the center stand. 20.5 hours doing a full frame up detail on it. And then Mark had a total of, here, check this out. Here. Hopefully this won't fly away. It's kind of windy. Mark had 37.5 hours and Leo had 20. So it was a total of 57.5 hours, rounded up to 60 with my time. That would be 60 hours at 150 is $9,000 plus $429 in parts. So I thought he had put 30 hours into it, and I went down and picked up the work order and it was 20. So my initial calculations were wrong, but the total was 57.5 hours, not including my time, the time spent purchasing this, and the other one, we bought 2 from a collector. After we had the first one and the guys loved it, we ended up buying 2 more. We're keeping those 2. This one's going up for sale. I can't give it away. I will not get back the money we put into it, but someone's going to get a kick-ass Honda Hobbit that's going to be ready for another 50 years. Thanks for watching, and God bless America.